My name is Kyle, and welcome to Frame by Frame, a series dedicated to analyzing the craft of filmmaking. Now, last time we discussed 3 filmmakers responsible for transforming the medium, specifically how they used innovative framing to psychologically affect the viewer. But what about the space outside the frame? Can we use it to tell stories? My opinion? Well, I believe what the camera doesn't focus on is just as important as what it does. Don't believe me? Look at scary movies. Intentionally limiting what the audience can see is a common trope of such work, but don't take my word for it. Instead, let's look at 3 films that attempt this in the genre most known for the unknown. Horror. Horror? I don't know, however the you say it. First up, Ty West's 2011 film The Innkeepers. Backstory is Claire and Luke work at the Yankee Peddler Inn, and the Peddler Inn has a reputation for being, you guessed it, boring. Kidding. If you want boring, try this guy's sex life.
I said show yourself, spirit!
Now if you want haunted, the Yankee Peddler Inn's your place. Fun fact, the Peddler is also a real hotel in Torrington, Connecticut. One with a reputation for being, well, really haunted. Guess that's why West decided to shoot the movie there. How meta. Or am I not allowed to use that word without a pair of skinny jeans and a frappuccino? I don't know anymore. Anyway, let's take a look as the pair try to communicate with the Yankees' infamous apparition, Madeline O'Malley.
Alan?
What?
She's right behind you. She's coming closer.
Effective? Definitely, and I'll tell you why. First, West keeps the threat completely outside the frame, but we know its spatial relationship to Luke via Claire's dialogue, and as the threat grows closer, the frames grow tighter. You see, West is limiting the information while increasing our urgency for it. We also can't see behind Luke at all in these close-ups, which is deliberate, making us assume the ghost is right behind him by that point. Now, some might argue this scene's anticlimactic, and they're not wrong. They're stupid and wrong. There's a difference. You see, Ty pays off the buildup by having Luke race away. His reaction is the release, the catharsis we need after all that built-up tension. Looking at it again, this scene's also incredibly subjective. Luke doesn't know if something's really behind him. We don't either. But he's scared, as are we, nonetheless. And the real kicker? You never saw a thing. Well, maybe you saw Grandpa's thing. If so, God be with you. Next up, Peter Madak's 1980 film The Changeling. It revolves around John Russell, a half-man, half-basset hound played by George C. Scott. That's a joke, but God, look at that face. He's a widower who moves into an old mansion after the tragic death of his wife and child. And, as luck would have it, the house is haunted.
That house doesn't want people.
And there has been trouble in the house before.
By the ghost of an incredibly annoying kid, no less. Yeah, God really had it out for old John. Anyway, in this famous scene, the boy's spirit tries to communicate with our leading man, and the brat ain't taking no for an answer. Let's roll the clip. No pun intended. I still can't tell if John is more scared by the ball or that terrible music cue. But think about it, a real sense of dread was conveyed here, and all you saw was a little red ball. The actual threat, meanwhile, remained completely unseen. Even so, the ghost's actions have taught us a thing or two about it. We know its sphere of influence extends beyond the house, we know it can travel to the bridge and back faster than John can in his car, and we know it's somewhere up those stairs, watching John, waiting. Probably for him to throw the ball back, but you know all of that from the simple action of a toy rolling down some stairs. And last up, this scene from the 2008 Swedish film Let the Right One In, directed by Thomas Alfredson. Quick synopsis: Oscar is a 12-year-old loner with a serious bully problem. His only friend, Ellie, the girl next door, who's also a vampire. Before this scene, Oscar decided to talk things out with one of his bullies. And it could have gone better. So naturally, the bully's big brother decides to drown Oscar. Yeah, they don't f*** around in Sweden. Then again, neither does Vampire Girl. Take a peek for a valid reason to run at the pool. And a word of warning, this is graphic, so avert your eyes, kiddos. If only there had been a lifeguard on duty. But the majority of that action took place completely out of frame, yet you clearly know what happened. How? Because you were provided with just enough partial information to piece it together. Amazing, considering you're never shown a moment of actual violence, just the aftermath. Now here's a question. Anyone know what an insert is? If you don't, it's a term for a close-up of anything that's not an actor's face. Check this one out. It's subtly placed at the beginning of the scene. Recognize the shoes? Yeah, they're the same ones on the feet of the boy that gets dragged through the pool. Think that's a coincidence? No, it's a smart way to ID the boy without showing his face, aka great filmmaking. And look here, Oscar and Ellie's final interaction. Alfredson doesn't even show her smile. He keeps it totally out of frame. All we see are her cheeks swell and the points made. Now eyes on this last shot. Can you tell me in what order the bullies were killed? You might, which is astounding considering you never really saw them die. So, can you tell a story using the space outside the frame? You most certainly can, and it can make for some damn interesting filmmaking, especially in the realm of horror cinema. So in closing, just like the negative space in a composition, what you don't see in a movie can be just as important as what you do. Sorry, I couldn't resist. Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel, Film Theory, for more in-depth examinations of the fascinating world of cinema. And in the comments below, please let me know some film topics you'd like me to analyze in the future, or click the frame to the left if you'd like to check out my gaming channel, or click the frame to the right for an analysis of how to win a Best Picture Oscar. Again, my name is Kyle, and this has been Frame by Frame.